All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report today for Thursday. It is December 12th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursdays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. Come and learn more about the sports betting tip sheet each and every day, where we talk about value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we always use a strict money management system. Come and learn more about the types of investing that you can do each and every day. Are you an instant gratification investor, meaning a short-term investor? You're only here for the short term, or are you a savvy investor here for the long game and being very selective and careful in your investments? And learn more about the Raymond Report, things like the two key principles, line price to determine value, and teams winning percentage. Each and every day I talk about value, percentage play, and performance cycles. I'll talk about that today. One of my 5 rules of sports betting. Rule number 1, sportsbook's not your friend. As soon as you realize that, and it's you against the bookmaker, you will be on your way to making profits. Less is more. Understand the ABCs of sports betting. And
these are the ABCs of me, baby.
And A-type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. B-type teams is 50 to 59.9. And C-type teams, like an old high school sweetheart, they're going to break your heart. Those are teams with a record below 500. Teams like the Anaheim Ducks last night in Ottawa. Those are teams you probably want to avoid in a different cycle. Rule number 4, avoid betting on teams like the Anaheim Ducks, who are in a bear cycle. 0-7, 1-6, 2-5 last 7 games in high volume sports. If you do bet on them, bet beat beer and pizza money, and use a strict money management system. And again, we teach that each and every day. In fact, we have charts here on the on the types of bets you make and what it takes to make a profit, right? And here you can see if you win. Let's say you make 20 bets and you only win 8, and you're a $5 bettor. Well, you'll be down $55. Believe it or not, you'll be down 40%. And if you're a 50-50 bettor, you'll be down $15. So if let's say you make 20 bets and you win 8 of those 20 on a $5 bet, well, you'll be down $15. Here's the funny part. Let's say you go 10-10 with your bets. Well, you're down $5. Believe it or not, you're going to give money back to the Jews, to the bookmakers. That's why you got to hit, and I say this on the show all the time, you got to hit 55% or higher. 56 is a key number. And if you go to sportshub.com, and normally we start the show talking about these guys here at our friends over at Sports Hub, who sponsor our World Series of Handicapping football contest. So let's go take a look at the leaderboard here today, and we're going to do it from different sports. So if you're a handicapper in the industry and you're looking to get monitored, this is the site for you. Sportshub.com. I put in my picks here each and every day, and let's take a look at hockey. Having a good run right now. I'm number 6 in hockey right now. I'm hitting 58% of my hockey selection. SAS Insider is hitting 61%, doing very well. Sean Murphy's in number 2. Bill Blatt number 3. Ben Burns, Al McCourty, Ron Raymond, Robert Ferguson, Oskeem Sports, Team Del Genio, and Scott Wetzel are your top 10 NHL handicappers. And you can, again, if you're a handicapper and you're looking to get monitored, this is the site you want to go to, sportshub.com. They'll build you a website for a small fee, and they'll take care of your transactions. They'll do some marketing for you. And if you're a handicapper, you need to be on this site. Anyways, getting to the making a profit, 56% is the number to make a profit. And if you look at the leaders here on Sports Hub, look at the net worth. Everybody 55, 70, 62, 64, 58, 59, 63, 59, 66, 61%. So that's the magic number. If you want to make money in sports betting, you can see right there, 55, 56% is the magic number to make money. Okay, speaking of money.
Show me the money!
Yeah, we'll show you the money today here on the Raymond Report. We're going to look at the NBA. We'll look at the 3 games. Then we'll look at the NHL. We'll go around the horn with the NHL. And then we'll take a look at the Thursday night football game between the LA Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Not having a great year to their terms. And, injuries have killed them. help you show me the money. Let me help you show me the money.
Show me the money!
Lex Steele, the man of steel, is in the house. Good morning, Lex. And for Lex, you get a really good morning. I'm going to give a good morning. Got to give a good one, right?
Good morning, Vietnam!
There you go. Hey, that's how we get the blood flowing here in the morning. All right, got a good show lined up for you guys here today. So instead of sitting here babbling about it, let's do about it, eh? Let's get right to the horse racing. Today we're going to go to Aqueduct. And then once we get to Aqueduct, I'll go to NBA. After NBA, we'll go to NHL, and then we'll finish the show with some NFL Thursday night football. Hey, what do you think about that, Lex? My guy, Lex. Yeah, they're off and running today at Aqueduct in New York. And if you're going to be betting the ponies, why not bet them with the rain report, track report, tip sheet. And let's go to race number 1 today at Aqueduct. It's a 12:10 post time. I think it's 1:10. I got to fix our server clock. It's either 12:10 or 1:10. I believe it's 1:10 post time at Aqueduct. 6 furlongs on the dirt, $40,000 maiden claiming race in race number 1. And we're going to go 3, 4, 5 in race number 1 today at Aqueduct. Number 3 horse, Carol Said No, with Manuel Franco taking a ride here on the number 3 horse. Carol Said No, 2-1 morning line on Franco. Number 4 horse, Young at Heart. Dale Davis taking a ride on the 4. Young at Heart is 7-2 morning line. And I heard something, said Ruiz, who's going to be on the mount for that one. I heard something, the number 5 horse, 15-1 long shot for the number 5 horse today at Aqueduct. And we got him coming in 3rd. If you're going to play a joker, a value, I'm going to recommend horse number 1, Wave. R. Marat taking a ride on the Wave horse, number 1. 10-1 morning line on the number 1 horse. And let's see if that horse can show you the money. All right, if you're going to play an exacta today in race number 1 at Aqueduct Park or racetrack, it's 3-4, 4-5, 5-1 is your exacta box. And if you're going to go the trifecta route, 3-4-5, 1-4-5, trifecta. And always remember to box those horses. And happy racing today at Aqueduct.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
Show me the money. Hey, go get that cash. Hey, go get that cash.
Good cash, homie.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and each and every day we ring the bell. Yeah, I saw President-elect Donald Trump rang the bell this morning at the New York Stock Exchange. So here on the Rain Report, we ring the bell every morning to go see my Dow Jones Industrial. Hey, this is my SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and had a really good night 2 nights ago, and courtesy of the SBI, because in the markets, just like the markets, what goes up must come down. And if you're following the trends of the markets, you got to know what's coming in, right? You got to know if it's a favorite day, it's an underdog day, if it's an over/under day. If you can find out before you're handicapping what you should be looking for, and hopefully I can help you guys today with that. And if you are handicapping the NBA, only 3 games on tap here today. But let's take a look at the markets, telling us what the betting markets are telling us today. That 73.7% of NBA favorites have won straight up the last 7 days, and that is 7 points above average. Typically, 66.7% of favorites so far year to date have cash tickets, and we are at 73, so a little bit overbought here on favorites, and 23.4 underdogs. Yeah, betting underdogs in the NBA straight up, yeah, you're practically giving your money to the bookmaker. Now, if you're doing it the opposite way with the point spread, 38.7 of favorites have only cash tickets. Wow. Holy cow, where's my Harry Carey? Hey?
Holy cow!
Think about that. NBA favorites the last 7 days, 73.7% straight up, but only covered 38.4. Holy gee, that's 40-some% right there, 40 points. Look at all the green candles in this column right here. That's all the favorites, and here's all the ATS right here. So yeah, you can see the bookmakers, for some reason, the underdogs are just having a field day.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Yes, Mr. Peterson, they are wearing milk-bone underwears. And 61.4% last 7 days have cash tickets for the point spread underdogs. So I think we'll be looking at favorites moving forward here today, and maybe over the weekend. because right now we are in an overbought underdogs market on the point spread when it comes to betting. So you know what? I got to write that down. So when I'm handicapping, I know what I'm looking for. So today I'm looking for dogs, favorites in the NBA. Probably money line would be better, especially at 73.7%. And when it comes to over-under, neutral market. You can see that 48.4% of the favorites have come in, 51.7%. So over-unders, neutral market. So fire away on over-unders when it comes to the NBA. All right, let's go around the horn. Let's go to the NHL. And when we do the NHL, we got to play the we got to get the Oregon going, the NHL Oregon. And let's take a look at the 7-day average for the NHL. 61.9% of favorites have won in the National Hockey League compared to 61.8%. So, yeah, we're still in the bullish market for favorites, so nothing has changed. On the puck line, though, underdogs cash and tickets, 62.3% of puck line dogs winning, so 37.7%. So I think we're in a we're looking for favorites today in NHL. I think favorites are going to be the word of the day here for the National Hockey League. 55% of the games have gone under, 70.7 the last 3 days. But keep in mind, we had a low volume day yesterday, only 2 games. We had a push in the other game, and 6 and 5. Oh yeah, the push was in the Ottawa game. Was that a 5-1? The total was 6 in that game, and then 6-5 to the over the other day before, 1 and 2 to the under. So yeah, neutral market on a 7-day average. So NHL, fire away. But favorites in NHL we'll be looking for. Speaking of favorites, I had a good system. I'm going to show you guys my one of my favorite systems in the NHL. I think you want to hear this. Hey, Gary Bettman. Let's go to NHL. Let's do this. This system has been it's been one of my favorites for about 10 years. And what you're looking for is home favorites. Favorites or home favorites? We'll do favorites first. Coming off a 1-goal loss. If they have to be a favorite in the next game. So a 1-goal loss. I think the 2-goal loss is even better. We'll take a look at it in a second. There it is. So favorites coming off a 1-goal loss this season. 37 and 27, which is, it's decent. I think home favorites are better though. Home favorites coming off a 1-goal loss. 27 and 14. Hello. Hey, 27 and 14. What's that about? 66% about? That's yeah. Holy cow. Hey.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's very good. Let's see, coming off a 2-goal loss. Let's see if that's even better. With these coaches pulling goalies with 3 minutes left, 20 and 12. Yeah. All right, so we're looking for home favorites coming off a 1 or 2-goal loss, and we'll see. Let me see if we have that today. And the way you can verify that, you go to your dashboard here at atsstats.com. Go to your computer pick. And one way you can do it is right here. So looking for home favorites coming off a all right, so here's the Devils could be a good play here today. So I'll just do a little check mark on there. They're coming off a 1-goal loss, so I'll put 1-goal loss. All right, check mark, 1-goal loss. All right, no. So we're looking for home favorites favorites. They're coming off a 4-goal loss. They're coming off a 2-goal win. They're coming off a win. Yeah, Austin Matthews, went top shelf the other day. And was it overtime? Yeah, I think it was overtime. Beautiful goal. All right, the Islanders 185, 2-goal loss. There's a system play right there. So 2-goal loss. A little chalky though, 185. A little chalky. St. Louis, Dallas, they won. All right, Jets won. Yeah, that was old time hockey. Hey, you guys watched that Bruins Jet game the other day? Hey, old time hockey.
Sure. Oh, piss on Eddie Shore. Old time hockey. Piss on old time hockey.
Yeah, we're blowing it. Piss on old time hockey. You guys like the old slap shots?
Sure did. I mean, gloves off, stick down, no warning. He challenged the Chiefs. Call us names.
Call them names. Challenge the Chiefs. All right, let me see here. Favorite, they're coming off a win. Favorites coming off a loss. So Tampa Bay could be another. Yeah, but they're a road. Let me see road favorites. I don't know if road favorites is. I did home favorites. Let me check out road favorites. Super Database. NHL. I do road favorites. Coming off a 1-goal loss. That was a good game too the other night in Edmonton and Tampa Bay. Did you guys watch that one? And 10 and 13, yeah, not as great. But look at the under, 7-16 to the under. Okay, take note. Take note, Ron. Tampa Bay under and Calgary too, total 6. So NHL road favorites coming off a 1-goal loss this season, 7-16 to the under. Not bad. That's pretty good. All right, what else here we got? Avalanche are coming off a 4-goal win. Florida Panthers 1-goal win. The Bruins a 7-goal loss. Hey, you don't see teams. I don't think we've had a 7-goal loss. Let me see if I can pull that up. Any teams? I'll just do any teams. Off a 7-goal. No, I don't have 7. Oh, wait a minute. I might. Yeah, 7-goal loss. I don't think so. 3 teams. Okay. How about the last 2 years? Let me do the last 2 years. Hockey teams coming off a 7-goal loss last game. Yeah, pretty balanced. 12-15. But 0-3 this year. Good to know. All right. Let's get right into the report card. And we'll do NBA first. What do you guys think? NBA? You guys pretty quiet out there today, eh? Was you guys out partying last night or what? Eh? The bullpen's pretty quiet. Taking notes. Hey, you guys taking notes out there? All right. Did you guys watch the NBA last night? Hey, that Houston game? Here's a great example when you know, I preach to the choir every day when I do this show, but you know, when I talk about small favorites in the NBA, like look at this, right? So if you look at the NBA, you look at favorites. Favorites are winning 66% of the game straight up, but only covering 43. That is 23 points. That's 23% more, right? This is why last night, classic example of the bookmakers really, sharp. They put -2 for Houston. They win by 1. And this is why I call it the 20. Normally it's a 20% difference, but this year, 23. This is why if the number's low, spend the extra money and don't sweat out the last 30 seconds of a basketball game and get hooked, right? That's why you got to, take the points sometime. All right, let's take a look at the NBA. Actually, let's switch sports. We'll do NFL last. All right, Detroit, a seed-type team taking on Boston. Boston, a 12.5-point favorite. So, no, we're not laying money line on Boston. I'll tell you that right now. 88% chance of winning. Bullish 51 days. Wow. Bullish 51 days. Neutral 5 days. I had the line at -11.2, so Boston fair market value, but way too many points. 10.5 for Detroit, so you like Detroit, you're getting pretty good value at 12.5. I got 119-108 final, so that is what, 228. So we got that game going over, and anytime Detroit takes on an A-type team, they're 1-9 straight up, but Boston is 15-2 straight up against the C's. I don't think you touch that game. If you do, maybe the over, but I'd have to do more research on that game. In fact, here's another chart that I like to use. It's called the SOS rating chart. So the strength of schedule power rating. And what I do with this chart is I monitor NBA, NHL, all the teams, how they're doing through cycles, right? So when you look at the Raymond report, each and every day when I come on the show, I talk about our fundamentals of sports handicapping. Is there value, percentage play? This is the big one. Performance cycles. And what are you gauging? What tool are you using to gauge cycles, right? And I use one of the charts I use is this. It's the SOS power rating. I have to be honest, Kings looking like play better form. Kemper is pretty decent. Then I see King Street, Markstrom off a loss. Hasn't lost 2 games in a row in a while. Yeah, and they're on the road too. I like the Devils system play after review. Devils for the win, says Lex Steele. Yeah, you know what? Devils at home are tough. And Kings are playing good hockey, but I'll get to that in a minute. Hey, NBA, let's stay the course. Eye on the ball, Lex. Eye on the ball. Keep the eye on the ball. Hey.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Yeah.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
All right, let's see who's we're going to let off the hook here today. All right, so let's take a look at Detroit. Detroit last 14 games, 6-8. Power rating of 48, and the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, Boston Red Sox. They got to start doing some getting the news. Yankees and Mets taking all the limelight these days, eh? Big money market teams, eh? Swinging their money around. 11-3, 67 power rating, strength of schedule 55. Yeah, this is going to be, let me take another look here on something. Let me go to my dashboard, NBA. Let's go to the Celtics. Only 3 games in the NBA, so that's why I'm going to take a little bit of time here. I'll cruise through the NHL. Look at Boston, 10-0 last 10 head-to-head meetings against the Pistons, 5-4-1, 7-3-0. Yep, I do like the over. 4 days rest. Both teams are on 4 days rest. That's the NBA Cup, right? All right, next game. Next, Toronto taking on the Heat in Miami. Minus 10.5 is the line. My line was 6.5, so I had the Miami Heat at minus 6.5. You are overspending today. And again, for NBA, we're looking for favorites and neutral market on the over-unders, right? I'm just not laying 10.5 points. You know, every day is not a Picasso, right? As much as I would think, we're going to paint that perfect betting picture today. Today, I'm not sure it's going to be a Picasso. It might be a Etch-a-Sketch, eh? Might be an Etch-a-Sketch day where I don't have a clean canvas here. 224 is the total and a half. I got 122, 108 for the Miami. Cade Cunningham double. Kevin Yurda part rover, says Lex Steele. The man of steel, Lex Steele. Minus 6.5, way overvalued. I got 122 to 108. So we do have this game going over the total. I got 230 as the total. So if you like that one, yeah, not crazy about that game. Again, let's see, is IQ playing? Scotty Barnes is now out. Man, this guy can't stay healthy. His ankle, yeah, he twisted his ankle the other day in that game. Man, Scotty Barnes, just one of those years, right? He's starting to be like Porzingis. Always on the DL. Sacramento, New Orleans. Minus 6 is the line. You're catching a Pelican team on a 38-day bear cycle. You know what that means? That means they're either 0-7, 1-6, 2-5 last 7 games. I had minus 5.6, so fair market value for like the Kings. And I got 112, 109 final. So I only got the Kings winning by 3 points tonight. I got the total at, 115? Maybe the under is where you want to go. All right, so if you're going to play tonight, too many injuries, star player, says Lex Steele. Yeah, if you're going to play, I think if you're playing any games tonight, you're not laying 12.5. And then I don't know if you want to trust. Which underdog can you trust tonight? Can you trust New Orleans as a +6 home underdog? Do you trust the Raptors as a +10.5 road underdog? Or do you trust Detroit? And trust is a big word, right? And if you look at some of the, let me see here, Detroit on the road this year, 10-4. Wow. Sometimes you gotta, go against the grain, right? What's the old rule of sports betting? When everybody goes one way, you go the other. But Detroit, they got a pretty good record on the road. 10-4 against the point spread, 6-8. But they're playing an alpha type team. They're 1-5 against the teams with a 60 higher win percentage, 5-1 against the point spread. Detroit could be the play point spread wise. If you liked of all the underdogs, I think Detroit brings you the best value. But you're getting you're playing a Boston teams that's been bullish 51 days. That's tough. Raptors on a 3-game losing streak. They're 7-5 ATS, 1-11. Holy cow, that's crap.
Holy cow!
If you're a Raptor fan, the first thing you're saying is,
What the hell's going on out here?
yeah, what the hell's going on out there? Miami Heat, though, not a big covering machine at home, only 6-5 ATS. 5-5 last 10 head-to-head meetings. The Raptors only 3-7. The Raptors going into Miami right now this time of year, last thing they're thinking about is basketball. They're just thinking to get away from the cold in Toronto. They're probably enjoying all the time they can while they're in Miami. But yeah, I'm not going to touch that one. I think Detroit looking like the team here, the play. Let me see. Sacramento, 6-6 on the road, 5-7. New Orleans, let me see. Last 5 games, 1-4, averaging 109 to 121 points against. Yeah, but this is not bad. I wish there was more volume here. Anytime you got a NBA home dog of 3.5 to 6, and they're playing on 3 days rest, they're 3-0 ATS. So, anyways, there's your information. Hey, be careful out there. Be careful out there. I don't know. I think Detroit might be the play here at plus. Was it plus 12? Plus 12 and a half. Let's see what bookmaker has. Yeah, plus 12. All right. As a rep of Nola, Faden Pels, and the Mike Ditka ain't happening. Let's go to the National Hockey League. Hey, let's take a look at the pucks. Okay, I'm gonna cruise through this because there's like 50,000 games tonight in the NHL, and I gotta get the technicals out there, right? So if you're new to the Raymond Report, value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability. Hey, I don't care about injuries. Who's available? Because the line will always tell you if a superstar is out of lineup. And money management system. All right, New Jersey. So at the top of the show, I shared you guys with my system. Favorites, home favorites, coming off a 1-goal loss, hitting like 66%. Now, New Jersey hitting that number right there. 145 is the line. Now, LA, bullish 12 days. Against B-type teams, they're only 4-5 straight up. And when the Devils take on an A-type team, they're 6-3. Yeah, I kind of minus 155. You're getting a Walmart discount at 145. 66% chance of winning. Let me see what the probable starting goalies are tonight in Jersey. Wrong column. Jacob Markstrom against David Riddick. 10-6, 2.45. Under looks pretty good too. I think we're in an unders market too. Let's take a look how these teams fare out against each other. Okay. LA 6-4 in Jersey, 3-7 to the under. I think under might be the call here. I like Jersey, but I think under. I'm gonna circle the under. See if that. I think that might have better value. Pittsburgh, Montreal. The Pens minus 109, 6.5. So you got a pick 'em game here. Sid the Kid normally does well in Montreal. Let me see what Pittsburgh's record is last 10 in Montreal. La Belle Province. They are 5-5, 4-6, 6-4, 8-2 to the over. So the last 10 head-to-head meetings, the Penguins and Habs, the over is cashed 8 out of 10 tickets. And I'm trying to see here. Montreal at home on 2 days rest have not won a game this year. See that right there? They are 0-4 on 2 days rest at home. They're 8-8 this season at the Bell Center. Pittsburgh's only 4-9 on the road. Pittsburgh's struggling this year.
Struggling.
Big time struggling. Montreal 4-4 against the Beatables. Pittsburgh's 1-3. This is a coin flip. This really is a coin flip, and we're looking for what here in the NHL? We're looking for, what did I say? Let me take a look at the SBI. Oh yeah, favorites. We're looking at favorites. If you look at the 7-day average, pretty much year to date the same thing. Puck line, yeah, you don't want to bet puck line. Underdogs are hitting 62.3 last 7 days on the puck line, 55 to. So we're looking for neutral market, 55%. Yeah, we're still in the neutral market for over-unders. And Caps line is fishy. Cash should be minus 200 or worse. Yeah, I agree. I got 143 for the Caps. All right, Pittsburgh. You know what? I think Pittsburgh is the play here. I think Pittsburgh is the. I'm going to put a check mark. They're bullish 5 days. I'm going to put a little check mark on Pittsburgh. All right, there you go, Lex. Washington. Minus 161 from the bookmakers. I got 143 as my line. So Washington overvalued against Columbus. Hey, Washington is just, man, this team's on a mission. You know, I thought they'd be an old team this year. I thought they'd be like a YMCA type hockey team. But this team is friggin', they're solid. And if I look at Washington, let's take a look at their right here. 10-4 last 14 games, 63 power rating. And they're playing Columbus. Columbus, a lot of overs in Columbus these days. 57-7. If you look at Columbus, the over-under record, look at that. 11-2 at home this year. And Washington, and you know, they're doing this without the grade 8. You know, Ovechkin's been out. And he could be back any day, I think. When is he planning on returning here? We'll see. Doesn't say. He's skating on his own in non-contact. Yeah, so he's skating with non-contact injuries after a broken leg. I like Washington here. I like Washington. I think the 161. It's a bit chalky. Columbus last game 5-3 loss to the Flyers. Washington, they haven't played in 4 days, so they're coming in well rested tonight. Yeah, that's not good. And Columbus is only 1-9 last 10 against Washington. Give me the Caps. Give me the Caps. Detroit, Philadelphia. All right. Oh, you got a team in Detroit.
Struggling.
Bears 7 days against Philly, 42 days neutral. Philly playing okay hockey. You know, they're playing all right. They're 13 and 16 on the year. 13 and 16. Let me take a look at their record. I don't trust Lindgren, says Lex Steele. Yeah. 13 and 16 on the season. Detroit 11-17. Detroit can't put it together. Okay?
How about our offense? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah, put it together. Detroit's only 2-8 in Philly too. So they don't have a great track record. Philadelphia coming off a road win. What's their record coming off a road win? Philly at home coming off a win, 3-5 on the season. That's not great. That scares me a bit, right? Law of average. So whenever you get a team like Philadelphia, you know, a team below 500 coming off a road win at home. So from a market psychology, you're thinking, oh, you know, they beat Columbus. You know, they're at home against Detroit, losing record. You know, that's a mind trap right there. You can't get caught in those mind traps. I think if you touch this game, I think the under is where you want to go. How's Detroit scoring these days? Last 3 games, 2.67 goals per game, giving up 3. Philly scoring a lot of goals, 3.6, but giving up 4. Yeah, maybe it's a no-touch game. But Philadelphia on 1 day's rest at home, 3-6 to the under. I'm going to go under. I think the under is the play here. I think the under is where you want to go. All right. Game number 2. Let's go to Leafs taking on Anaheim. Anaheim pooped the bed here in Ottawa last night. Didn't look good. What, 5-1 was the final? Was it 5-1 final? 5-1. Little dust ups there at the end. Hey, that's what happens when you're getting smoked by, you know, mediocre. Not even. Yeah. Can you say Ottawa's a mediocre team? They're okay. It's just they got to play better. Ottawa just has all this talent. They just got to play better. But now, Allmark playing a little bit better between the pipes. I think he's 4-1 the last 5 games. So, all right. So Anaheim not looking good tonight. 5-7. They are 1-9 in Toronto last 10 games. Leafs are 8-2 last 10 hit. Yeah, this is all Leafs. But I'm not laying 400. I don't laying 400. 1-5-1. Gibson was between the pipes last night, so expect to see tonight for Toronto. Lucas Dostal will be between the pipes. 2.67. Yeah, you go under tonight. I think this game's an under game. I think under is where you want to lean in this one. Actually, you know what? I got some conflicting numbers here. So I'm looking at the Leafs against teams below 500, 1-5 to the under. They're 3-12-1 at home this year to the under, but in Toronto when they face the Ducks, the over is 9-1. I'm gonna pass. When you get these type of numbers, anybody who see these kind of numbers says, okay, well, it's like flipping a quarter here. What do I take, right? Do I go like with the 3-12 to the under, or Anaheim comes in 9 last 10 games, which is Dostal against Stolars tonight between the pipes. He's got a 2.13. Yeah, I don't think. Look at that. NHL road teams coming off a push, 13-4-1 to the over. A lot of firepower on the ice here tonight. What's the total? 5.5. Yeah, I'm not touching that game. I'm not touching that game with a 10-foot pole. If you guys want to touch it, it's all yours. Hey, fill your boots. It's all yours. All right, Chicago. All right, hey, you know what? Big win in Madison Square Garden, but the Rangers are a mess right now. When you trade your captain that tells you something's up. I don't know if it's a room thing, but normally good teams don't trade their captains. Who trades their leadership, right? And Trouba, that guy's he's a tough hockey player. Like when you're on the ice against when he's playing, you got your head on the swivel. He's like Scott Stevens back in the day. Remember Scott Stevens? Man, if he got you in the trolley tracks, you're done. Yeah, you know what the trolley tracks are? When you come across right to the blue line. And Niedermeyer used to set him up, right? You know, Niedermeyer would cut off players would come up rushing up the board. Niedermeyer would cut off their angle and push them towards the inside, and there's Scott Stevens. Hey, we used to call those snot ticklers. Hey, got hit so hard your friggin' head, the snot start tickling in your brains. That's what Scott Stevens. Scott Stevens was a hell of a hockey player. You didn't want to go in the middle of the ice when Scott Stevens was there. All right, Trouba's the same way. All right, let's go to Chicago, New York Islanders. Islanders minus 185. What, 4-2 win the other night, did I see? No, 3-1 against the Kings. A good LA team. That's a loss, sorry, 3-1 loss. Who did they beat the other night? 4-2. Oh, it was the Sens. Yeah, 4-2 against the Sens. And then they couldn't. See, teams like the Islanders, win one, lose one type thing, right? What's their record on the year? 11-19, 5-9 at home, 6-10. Against the beatables, only 4-5 at home. Not good. So let me take a look here. Yeah, they're 7-9 against C-type teams. Chicago 3-10. Chicago beat the Rangers though. You know, how are they going to do the next? Can they go back to back here? 9-19. They're 5-5 against the Islanders. 1-9 to the under. Wow. So anytime Chicago visits the New York Islanders on their ice, they're 1-9 to the under. 3-7 to hit 10 to head. 0-3 on 2 days rest. Yeah, under looks like the play here. So I think under is where you want to go. All right, next. Vegas taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, Winnipeg, big win over the Boston Bruins, 8-1. Make the final 8-1. Hey, as Vic Rauter would say. Bullish 9 days, neutral 2 days for Winnipeg. Minus 120 is my line. Fair market value 119. I got this is really a good hockey game. Vegas against Winnipeg tonight in the peg. Hey, it's only minus 30 in Winnipeg right now. Just kidding, Winnipeg. Relax. Okay. You got the Blue Bombers. Minus 119 is the line. 6 is your total. Let's take a look at the technicals here. Vegas, bullish 9 days. Winnipeg, neutral. Winnipeg had that great start, 10-1, and then all of a sudden they went mediocre. Now they're playing a really good hockey team, an A-type team, which they're 7-3 against A-type teams. How does Vegas do in Winnipeg? 6-4, pretty good. Winnipeg does not do well against Vegas. 1-9, 8-2 to the over. What's the total in that game? 6. Yeah, I didn't think we'd get 5.5. I didn't think we would get 5.5. We're in a favorite market though. How do teams normally do after a 7-goal win? Do I got that record? Let me see here. Let me scroll down here. Teams normally after a 7-goal win. 3-1 this year on home ice. Oh, since 1996, really? Jeez. It's only happened 4 times. That's crazy. 1-3 to the under. I think this is a low-scoring game. This is like a playoff game tonight. I think if you play this, if you like the side, we're in a favorite market right now. Winnipeg 10-3 on home ice. Where Vegas is more of a Jekyll and Hyde team. You know, they're Jekyll at home, but they hide on the road. 7-7, but they're only 1-9 against Vegas last 10. So I think you don't touch the side. If you play this one, man, I feel it's a playoff type game. You know, you got 2 really good hockey teams, 2 A-type teams. Let me see how the A's are scoring this year. So if you go to the Raymond report, go to your dashboard, go to is it SBI? Wait a minute, where is it again? The standings. Go to standings, type of teams. So A-type teams, Winnipeg 10-3 on home ice. Vegas 11-3 on home ice, 7-7. So 8-type teams on home ice are 89-34 this year. They win 72.3%. We're 8-type teams, so all these teams here have a 60 or higher win percentage, and they got a 75-55 record for 57%. Difference of 14%. 72% difference on win and loss. Wow. This is a tough one because, you got a team that scores, they don't do well against the opponent. And, here's a great example. The other night, Toronto and New Jersey. Toronto in New Jersey, last 10 games, it was 9-1 going into that game. This is the same type of scenario where you got Winnipeg taking on a team that owns the Chiefs.
Own the Chiefs. Owns. I don't know.
I think if you play this game tonight, guys, I think you play the total. But you got two really good goalies, though. I don't like, was it 6? Let's see, the total's at 6. Man, this is a type of game where you just can't. You got to spend time on it. Like, you really got to research it, check the media, check the social. See, for injury reports and coaches' quotes. See where the team's at. 4-2-1. So when Vegas on the road, total 6, 4-2-1. Not a lot of total. 2-2. 4-0 when the total's 6 at home. I just wish Winnipeg was a little bit better, had a better record. Winnipeg coming off a home win as a favorite this year, 6-0. I like Winnipeg, but I just don't like the fact that when they play Vegas, they don't have a good record, a track record against them, right? That's the thing I don't like. When in doubt, get out. That's the old saying, right? You sit here and try to force a pick. That's not my style. So I'm out. Hey, like Kramer, I'm out. I can't do it. Can't win with him. Where's my
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Yeah, can't do it. Too many that 1-9 record. I can't do it. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear what you guys are on. You guys on Vegas or on Winnipeg? You got a Vegas team playing really good. This is a great hockey game. You know what? This is going to be a really good hockey game. I think you're getting good value too on both teams. It's practically a pick 'em line. But I got 3.37 to 3.03 for Winnipeg. I got the total landing on 6.3. Maybe the over. I don't know. All right, Nashville, Dallas. Dallas, what a team that is. Look at team standings. Where's Dallas? Oh, I thought they'd be better than that. I thought Dallas is more like top 5. Nope. How about Dallas are they at home? Yeah, Dallas at home. What's their home record? Are they a top team at home? Yeah, look at that. 11-2 at home. Toronto Maple Leafs 12-4 at home. There's your top 3 hockey teams right there at home. Toronto, Dallas, Carolina, and Vegas all have 11 wins. Who's the best road team? Minnesota Wild 12-4. New Jersey 11-4. Washington. Good to know. That's why you watch the Raymond Report. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
All right. Let's go to the next one. Nashville, Dallas. Yeah, Nashville. Thanks for coming out. This is a short game to handicap. Dallas. Having said that, watch it be like a 5-0 win for Nashville tonight, right? Let me see. Nashville in Dallas. Nashville's on a 3-game losing streak. Holy crap.
Holy cow!
Or as Joe Namath would say.
Struggling.
Yeah, just a bit, Joe. I think the over is where you want to go. I'm not laying, what was it? 189. I thought it'd be in like the 300s or something. Home teams this year on 3 days rest are 18-7. NHL home teams on 3 days rest, 18-7. Nashville 1-6 on the road on 1 day's rest. 5-6-2, 9-1. Nashville in Dallas, 9-1 to the over. What's the total? 5.5. Yeah, I think the over is where you want to go. Next, San Jose, St. Louis. Hey, St. Louis. -184 is the line. -196 is our line, the bookmaker's line. So you got C on C type crime, 3-8 against the C's. San Jose 6-9. Neutral 13 days, bullish 2 days. St. Louis coming off that big win against Vancouver the other night in Vancouver. That was a big win. What was it, 3-2 or something like that? 4-3. Yeah, it was a 1-goal win. St. Louis 7-3. Last 10 head meetings against San Jose. San Jose is only 3-7 in St. Louis. 3-7 to the under. Anytime the Sharks are on the road on 1 day's rest, 6-3 to the over though. What's the total of this one? 5.5. When San Jose is on the road, total's 5.5. The record is 5-3. I like that. You like that, Kirk Cousin? Kirk Cousin likes that.
You like that? You like that?
3-5 to the under. I like St. Louis and the over. And we're in the overs. We're in a favorite market, so should be good. Edmonton against Minnesota. There's your game of the day. That's a freaking good hockey game right there. Edmonton against Minnesota, -143. 6 is your total. Let's take a look at the fundamentals. 50% chance of winning compared to 39.8, which hits by 40 if you round it off. 2.8 to 2.6 favor in Edmonton. Edmonton against the A-type teams are only 1-5 though. Wow. Where Minnesota 6-3 against the Bees. Bullish 12 days, bullish 7, -127. I think the wrong team is favored here. I think this is it's like the Connor McDavid factor, right? It's like the Patty Mahomes factor. Let's put the team that has the best player in the world favorite. What do you guys think? The wrong team favorite? I think the wrong team is favored here. I got to go Minnesota just strictly on value. And Edmonton doesn't play well against A-type teams. And they're 2-8 in Minnesota. Give me Minnie. Give me the dog. Hey, give me the dog.
You can put it on the board, yes!
Like the dog. All right, Tampa Bay, Calgary. See if Coochie can get us some goals here tonight. Come on, Coochie. Hey, I don't trust Lindgren. Kucherov, got him in my fantasy pool. Good, hell of a player. You ever see that interview when he won the Stanley Cup against Montreal? He was hammered on the... You guys ever see that when Kucherov there, he gave his press conference after winning? Looks like he had a few pops. Hey, that was good. Hey.
To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Yeah, you got to beat the man. All right, let's take a look at the fundamentals on this one. Tampa Bay, -145, -160 is the line, so you're getting good value here on Tampa Bay. Calgary's all goaltending. I'm sorry, it's all defense in Calgary. When I look at Calgary, I'm like, okay, like, what's so good about this team? You know, they're 14-15. How are they doing it though? Like, you look at Calgary, they're winning games at averaging 2.4. Oh, 2.4. Oh, shit. Are we back? Are we lost? Crap. I don't know why my computer does that. So my computer, maybe any techies out there that can help me out here. My computer just like freezes for a second. What causes that? Like the computer just goes and then I come back. It's like a burst of energy that hits the internet. You guys see that? It froze. What causes that? Man, it's driving me nuts. I'm gonna have to take it to Geek Squad or something. I do a show and all of a sudden that happens and I lose my feed, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it a hardware issue? It's driving me nuts. All right, Tampa Bay, Calgary. Let me see here. -3. 5-5 in Alberta against the Flames, but Calgary only 4-6. Tampa Bay is only 2-7 on 1 day's rest. 6-3 to the over. I think the over is the play here. What's the total in the game? 6. Yeah, I'm gonna go over. I think over is the. Well, actually, what did I put under for? Why did I say under here? Yeah, no, I like the. I do like the over. See, that speed burst threw me off here. Or that energy burst, whatever that is. Calgary at home during a weekday game, 3-7 to the under. Interesting stat. Yeah, I'm gonna go. See, I don't like this. I don't like here. I'm a law of average guy. 3 overs in a row. What goes up must come down. How does Tampa Bay do after a loss? 3-3. Shit. It's all flip a quarter. They all flip a quarter stats all over the place. 1-3 when the total 6. 3-4 against non-conference teams. What about Calgary? 6-1. See that? You know what? I think Calgary's a play, guys. I think Calgary. What's the puck line value? I don't think I can take Coochie tonight. Minus 188. Yeah, give me the puck line. I'll lay the extra. Put it with a parlay. All right. You can put it on the board, Hawk.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, next game. Utah against Colorado. All right, 2 neutral teams. 12 days and 13 days neutral. That means they're both 4-3, 3-4 last 7 games. 50% chance of winning for Colorado. Colorado looked pretty good the other night against Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh is struggling. Yeah, that was a 6-2 final. Make the final. Colorado 7-7 at home. Utah 8-8. 12-16. They're only 2-8 in Colorado. It's the altitude, eh? Nobody can play in that altitude. 6-4 to the over last 10 head-to-head meetings. Colorado at home on 1 day's rest. 6-2 to the over. Give me the over tonight. I think the over is the way to go. Next, let's go Florida, Vancouver. Okay, both the Florida teams are on the West Coast. Florida, Vancouver. Should be a good game. All right, let's take a look at the technicals. Minus 149. I had 139, so Florida fair market value, I guess. $10 difference. Against B-type team, they're only 1-3. And Vancouver 3-2 against the A-type teams. 4-10 on home ice. That's strange. Vancouver's only 4-10. I wonder if that's all the traveling. You know, hey, Vancouver can't play in their own time zone. They're only 4-10 on home ice, but 10-3. That's probably all against Eastern Conference teams. I like Florida. I'm gonna go with the Panther. The line's telling you something. You know, the line's telling you 149. I had 139. Even the bookmakers know. So think like a bookmaker, right? My good friend Ross Benjamin would say. If this line was minus 110, now it's 154 now. So it's going up. What does bookmaker have? Yeah, 153. Let's say this line was minus 110. Would that change your mind? Of course it would, right? They put 154 thinking that if they put, 100 people in the room, you think 100 people are going to put minus 154? What's the number that's going to balance out the room, right? I thought 139 was the right line. Man, they're shooting it up. Unless the betting public's taking it up. They're 5-5 in Vancouver, but Vancouver doesn't do well. How do they do against non-conference foes? So Florida's 2-2, and Vancouver is 2-6. Yeah, give me Florida. Not a big play, not a huge play, but a 1-unit play. If you follow the Raymond report right here, the betting units, 1 and 4. If you like Florida, you bet 1 unit. If you like Vancouver, 4-unit recommendation. These are just recommendations, right? And it's I don't know if I showed you this chart. So if I go to, I'll show you where I get that. I'm a law of average guy. So if you look at the law of average, right here. So this is my chart. A-type teams, B-type teams, and C-type teams at home. the cycle, bullish, neutral, bearish, there's the betting recommendation, right? So in 8 type teams that's bearish, you want to stay away from those teams, right? When would be a good time to bet the maximum units on a really good hockey team? Not when they're at their peak, right? Think of the stock market, right? When let's say, or crypto or whatever, if you're in a bull market, when a team is doing really well, like a 4, 5, 6, 7 game win streak, they're bullish, right? Now is not the time to bet heavily on that team because you know it's going to crash at one point. They got to come down. You want to bet when they're even, like 3 and 4, 4-3 last 7. That's when I feel you get more value for your buck. I think if you're betting the top, then you're playing with fire right there, right? But this chart here gives you a good idea how much units you should be betting on these games. That's my chart. That's, use it if you want, but that's how I feel. All right, I do like Florida here. Boston against Seattle. The Bruins minus 114. Yeah, they got spanked the other night. That was a woodshed game. Yeah, they got taken out behind the woodshed. 114. 5.5 is the total. Seattle neutral 9 days. Let's take a look at the rain report. Boston, Seattle. They're 6-2 against C-type teams. Boston's 2-1, and pretty even, 3-4 in the 7-game history between these two teams. This is a coin flip game. This game can go either way. Seattle 7-8 on home ice. Boston 6-7. A win tonight gets them to 500. There's a little coaching incentive for the coach. Get the team back to 500 on the road. In fact, they are 500 now, 15-15. Minus 142 was my line. Maybe the over is where you want to lean. Look at this. I got some unders. Remember? Yeah. Look at this. Seattle against non-division opponents, 3-8 to the under. Non-conference opponent, 2-4. 3-7 after a non-division game to the under. They're coming off a loss, a 1-goal loss. Yeah, that's a tough one. When in doubt, get out. Don't really have a strong opinion. That happens, right? When you're handicapping and you can make a case for both teams, but the line, now you shop for value, right? I had 142 and we're getting 114. You're like Boston, you're getting good fair market value, but they're only let me see here. Yeah, they're pretty good in Seattle, 2-1. But they're off a bad loss, 8-1. What kind of cycle in? Bullish? Yeah. If I had to play this, I think Boston could be the play, but I think I'll pass. All right, let's go to NFL. Only one game in the National Football League tonight. It's the Rams and the 49ers. So I wrote an article this week on the front page of ATS, and let me see if I can pull it up here. I'm gonna have to probably. All right, power ratings. All right, so right now here's the elite teams in the National Football League. Detroit, 12-1, power rating of 72. Kansas City, 12-1. Man, Kansas City, it's frustrating. I feel they get away with murder, but they find a way to win. Philadelphia Eagles, I wouldn't want to play this team right now. I think this team is the most dangerous team in the National Football League. Minnesota, they're like Kansas City. They do enough to win. Buffalo, they gotta play better defense. That was awful against the Rams. Teams on the rise. These are teams that I feel you got to pay attention to going down the stretch, right? These are teams trying to make the playoffs. Rams, Bucks, and Seahawks. Those are the three teams I think right now that bring the most value to your ticket. So looking at tonight's game, you got the Rams taking on the 49ers. 49ers 6-7 this year. Take a look at the playoff picture. All right, so 49ers. Yeah, they're on the outside looking in, right? They're 6-7. Rams are 7-6. Those Rams are right there on the cusp. So this will be a playoff game tonight. This is a playoff type game tonight. The only problem I have, I like the Rams here tonight. A couple of things. One, are they going to? I know this letdown is more of a college football thing, but when you have a big game against the Bills, one of the best teams in the NFL, and you get away 44-42 as a final, and then you got to play 3 days after. From an emotional point of view, this is a tough mental psychology of the team here. Like, you got to wipe away that big win against the Bills and then focus against 49ers, who had a big win against the Bears, and like at home, they do very well against the Rams. In fact, they're 7-3 last 10 head-to-head meetings, 6-4 at home. The thing that worries me the most is this stat right here. This season, the NFL, road teams, road underdogs on 3 days rest, 1-8-1 straight up, 3-6-1 against the number. I'm a little concerned about that. That's the only stat that scares me off this game. But when I look at these two teams, offense and defense, I just don't see the 49ers. I'd rather go with the more experienced quarterback in Stafford. Purdy's still good. He's still learning the game, right? But he's a good quarterback. They don't have they lost McCaffrey. They're losing some weapons. Defensively, I don't like the way the Rams have given up, the points, 2 points against the Bills. And in the last 3 games, they're giving up 31 points a game. That's a little bit concerning to me. 28.6 for the 49ers. But the Rams can put points on the board. 28 points the last 3 games. But they got to play better defense. They got to play some better defense tonight. I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm taking the Rams tonight. I don't know if I'm going to put them in my contest pick of just because I don't like this stat right here. This stat really worries me a bit. 1-8 on 3 days rest. But I still like the Rams. When I look at this game, I think the Rams on a 2-game win streak. If you look at the Rams last game, so they beat the Bills 42-44. They played the Saints 21-14. They played the Eagles, right? One of the best teams. They lost 37-20 in Philly. Then they played at New England and did enough to win. And then they lost to the Dolphins. And you look at the 49ers, they played the Bears, the Bills, right? Yeah, that was the Snow Bowl game, right? Then they lost to the Packers. They lost to the Seahawks. I don't see San Fran. I see them beating the beatables, like teams below 500. But teams that can really challenge them, I think they struggle against these type of teams. So I'm going to go Rams plus 2.5. The number's at 1.5. So get it early if you can get, if you can buy 2.5. I don't know what it would cost you to get 3. Let's see here. Or you just play the money line. No, not the money line. Don't take the money line. Yeah, so some places will give you an opportunity to buy the points. So I would take 3 minus 120. So take plus 3 minus 120. And let's see if that can make you some money.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Man, you guys were quiet today. Only Lex was about his A game. Hey, you guys were pretty quiet. You guys were taking notes today or what? All right, but I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the Raymond Report. And yeah, have a good night. Have a good evening. Have a good day. And we'll see you tomorrow. And cheers.